So this is the smokeless charcoal kiln that makes charcoal out of wet wood. The cycle is working now that it's heated up. The wood is in this area. The air is going around the leaks there, like the lid is not tight. It's very important that the lid be able to swivel freely. So you can see the wood is wet and it's smoking. The reason the lid is not latched shut is because sometimes the gases inside can flash and small explosion. So if the lid was latched, there could result in a problem. This way, if it pops inside, the lid just goes like that and it's perfectly safe. So what's happening now is the air is being blown in through that pipe, like a small 12-volt fan running on a solar panel would be fine. The air gets blown through the pipe in an opening here. Now to begin it, I injected propane for a power burner. Now the gas has been off for quite a while. The hot gases come down into this space through the coals, so the coals are hopefully in a place with no oxygen. And then the air comes out of the pipe, the fresh air, and it bursts into flame underneath this propane tank that was cut apart to make it into a funnel. Several thick pieces of scrap steel are acting as flame holders and also a thermal mass. Because the combustion is taking place here, those pieces of steel get heated up red hot, so when the lid is open for reloading, it can stop the siphoning action of the chimney. But as soon as it's closed again, they'll reignite the gases, and then combustion is again taking place in the old tank and the chimney. So the reloading is just with whatever you have as you're cleaning up, you just throw it in. And there's a heat shield on it because it does get very hot. You don't want to touch it. Make sure that you have good protection because someone's skin could stick to that right now. So the idea with it is that you would move it around where you need it. So like that overgrown living fence back there, if it's being cleaned up, as the wood is being cut, it just gets thrown in. So it doesn't lie around on a pile and get weeds growing through it again. And then the result is charcoal that has to be extinguished, completely soaked, because if there's any hot coals, you could come back in the morning and have a bunch of ash. So it's going to be completely soaked. Then there's a pivot point here, and the whole thing lays down, and the charcoal gets shoveled out, wet, and put into a grinder. And because it's wet, it doesn't make the clouds of dust it would if it was dry. And I guess the last video will be when this is done, we'll tip it over and actually show the stuff that's on the inside. It should be possible to make something like this out of any kind of a tank, water tank, the tank on the back of a truck. It can be made bigger. I was thinking of making one with someone else that would be loaded with a tractor. Just dump it in right out of the tractor bucket so you could then put in big chunks. So this is just showing the principle. It can be made from whatever is locally available.